Have you ever just clicked with someone? Like you're instantly on the same wavelengths. Or maybe you've watched sports and physically flinched when an athlete takes a tumble. That's not a coincidence. That's your brain's built-in social Wi-Fi kicking in. It's this hidden network that's always connecting you to the people around you. And believe it or not, it all starts with something super simple, something we all do. Okay, let's just get right to it. Picture this. You're in a meeting, you're trying to pay attention, and then someone across the room lets out a huge yawn. Suddenly, you just have to yawn too. Why? Is it just that you're tired? Well, the science says there's something way, way deeper going on here. Yeah, this whole thing actually has a name. It's called emotional contagion. It's this natural tendency we have to catch feelings and behaviors from other people, almost like a virus. And that contagious yawn, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, think about it. You walk into a room where everyone's laughing and you can't help but smile, right? Or what about walking into a room where the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife? You can feel it. This isn't just in your head, it's a real biological thing. Stress, calm, happiness, they're all contagious. But how? The answer is hiding inside some very special brain cells. So this powerful effect, it isn't magic, it's pure biology. It's time we met the incredible little guys behind this mystery, your mirror neurons. They are the literal foundation of our social connection. So what on earth is a mirror neuron? It's a type of brain cell that does something kind of mind-blowing. It fires up when you do something, say you pick up a pen. But here's the crazy part. It also fires up in the exact same way when you just watch someone else pick up that same pen. It's like your brain is practicing the action just by seeing it. This really gets to the heart of it. It doesn't matter if you're the one grabbing the cup or you're just watching. A part of your brain is having the exact same neural experience. This isn't a metaphor. The very same neurons are lighting up. That's the mirror in mirror neurons. Now here's where things get really fascinating. In monkeys, for example, mirror neurons are mostly about physical, goal-oriented stuff, like grabbing a piece of fruit. But the human mirror system got a major upgrade. It also responds to symbolic acts, gestures that don't have an immediate physical purpose. And that small but critical change is what paved the way for almost everything that makes us human. So these neurons mirror actions. Okay, cool. But how does this seemingly simple mechanism create something as profound and complicated as empathy? We've nailed down that these brain cells are great at copying actions. But what's the leap from mirroring the physical movement of someone smiling to actually understanding the joy behind it? How does that work? Well, leading researchers like Marco Iacoboni have a powerful answer. He suggests that this whole neural mirroring thing helps solve what philosophers have called the problem of other minds, which is basically the huge question of how we can ever really know what's going on in someone else's head. Let's break that down. The key idea is this. By running a simulation of another person's actions in your own brain, you get instant access to the feelings and intentions that you associate with that action. So when you see a friend smile, your mirror neurons fire as if you were smiling, and that taps into your own memories of what happiness feels like. It's empathy, literally hardwired into our brains. And the story gets even wilder. It turns out, this very same system for understanding what other people are doing might be the foundation for one of humanity's greatest achievements, language itself. Yeah, there's this really compelling theory talked about in journals like Brain and Language that argues our language didn't start with sounds. Nope, it started with gestures. Our brain's pre-existing talent for understanding actions through mirroring gave us the perfect launching pad to build a system of communication. So the theory suggests it happened in steps, kind of like what you see here. It probably started with what's called mimesis. That's step one, which is basically just pantomiming, like pretending to drink from a cup. Then, over a long, long time, those gestures became conventionalized, as you see in step two. They turned into simpler, shared symbols. From there, the action started to integrate with the face and mouth in step three, until finally, we added vocalization in step four, putting sound to the gestures. But hang on, why don't our words sound like the things they describe? Why is the word dog just dog and not a bark? Well, as the linguist Charles Hockett explained, you just can't squeeze the complex, real-world shape of an elephant into a flat, one-dimensional stream of sounds. The medium itself forces us to get abstract. And this leads to a completely radical way of thinking about what speech even is. There's a theory called the motor theory of speech perception, and it suggests that speech is just another gesture system. Your brain understands what I'm saying right now, not just by analyzing sound waves, but by mirroring the tiny movements my mouth, tongue, and larynx are making to produce these sounds.
Whoa.
Okay, so we've taken a pretty wild ride from a simple yawn all the way to the origins of language. Let's bring this all back home and talk about why this neural system is, without a doubt, our social superpower.
I mean, look at this. The mirroring system is the engine behind so much of what makes us, well, us. It's how we learn by watching and imitating, from a baby waving bye-bye to an apprentice learning a trade. It's how we build those deep empathetic bonds, how we guess at each other's intentions, and ultimately, it's the bedrock of our language and our culture. It's kind of everything.
Now, here's the most empowering part of all of this. That biological Wi-Fi, it works both ways. Just as easily as stress can spread through a room, so can calmness, patience, and understanding. You, right now, have the power to change the emotional climate around you just by being conscious of the signals you're sending out. You can use your own mirror system to make things better for everyone else.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We have this incredible system inside our heads that has been fine-tuned over millions of years for one main reason: to connect us with other people. Knowing that we are fundamentally built to connect, how can we use that knowledge consciously to better understand each other and bridge the gaps between us?